Hello students, today we are going to study the essay The March of Mind. This essay is written by Dr. S.Radhakrishnan. Before moving on the text of the essay, we should know about the author. So, a brief introduction of the essayist is Dr. Radhakrishnan was the first Vice President of India from 1952 to 1962, and after that he became the second President of India, and as the President of India he served the country from 1962 to 1967. He was a famous educationist, philosopher, politician, thinker, writer, and an excellent speaker. He has widely discussed on the role of education in building a nation. On 5th of September, his birthday is celebrated as the Teachers' Day every year in India. His philosophical books are The Philosophy of Rabindranath Tagore, Indian Philosophy, The Religion We Need, Freedom and Culture, and Religion and Society, etc. His philosophical books show that he had a wide range and variety of reading and expertise. His speeches are famous because they are full of wit, precision, and arguments. His speeches have a spontaneous and a flowing style. This essay, The March of Mind, is also a part of his speech which he delivered on an occasion of conferring degrees in a university, and he was performing his duty there as a chancellor of the university. So the essay is actually a part of his speech. The title of the essay is suggestive. The word march means the progress or the move on tendency. Here the writer is talking about the progress or the move on tendency of the mind. If we talk about the theme of the essay, he largely discusses how the mind can be trained to do progress in life and what is the effect of progressing the mind in society. What should be done to progress the mind? The writer expresses his views that education is the best means to train the young people's mind, and by educating the young people in right direction, the nation can do progress and the nation can be built up with a bright future. So, this is the brief introduction of the writer and the subject matter of the essay, The March of Mind. Now I begin the essay, The March of Mind. The text is: May I at the outset express with deep sincerity my sense of obligation to the members of the court for electing me to the high office of the Chancellor of the University. Here, the writer, in the beginning of the essay, asks permission from his audience. He says that, may I at the outset means beginning, may he at the beginning express with deep sincerity his sense of obligation. Obligation means gratitude to the members of the court for electing me to the high office. Office means post of the chancellor of the university. The writer in the beginning of the essay asks permission to his audience if in the beginning of the speech he should express his feeling of gratitude with deep sincerity to the members of the court who have elected him to the high post of the Chancellor of the university. By saying so, he draws the attention of the audience and expresses his obligation or gratitude for the members of court who have elected him as a chancellor of the university. I appreciate the distinction of being your first elected chancellor. He appreciates the distinction. Distinction means that is a different, unique thing of being your first elected chancellor. He, as being a chancellor of the university, he feels himself as a distinguished person under the provisions of New Delhi University Act. He feels himself as a distinguished person as he was elected the first chancellor under the provisions of the New Delhi University Act. He appreciates or he likes to be the first elected chancellor under the provisions or under the rules of the New Delhi University Act. The second paragraph is: it gives me great pleasure to find that the first degree which I confer as Chancellor is on my dear friend Shri C. Rajgopalachari. In the second paragraph, he says that he feels much pleasure when he knew that the first degree which he was conferring upon or giving to his dear friend Shri C. Rajgopalachari. He felt happy when he found that the first degree which he was going to confer as a chancellor of the university was to his dear friend Shri C. Rajgopalachari. We are all proud to admit him into our fellowship. He says that he was feeling very proud to have him in the fellowship here means convocation ceremony. He feels proud to have Shri C. Rajgopalachari in the convocation ceremony where the degrees are being conferred upon. He is one of the most illustrious administrators and statesmen. He praises Shri C. Rajgopalachari, and by praising him he says that he is one of our most illustrious administrators. He says that he is one of the most illustrious means bright. Administrator is the person who manages or organizes a system. He feels proud that uh, C. Rajgopalachari is in that convocation, and he appreciates or praises to his dear friend C. Rajgopalachari. He says that he is one of the most bright administrators and politicians who is well known for his common sense, who is well known for his wit and courage, balance and judgment. He is famous for his balanced attitude and judgment, qualities greatly needed in this confused age of conflicting standards. He feels that these qualities, as having common sense and courage, balanced attitude, and the feeling of judgment, all these qualities are greatly needed in this confused days, as in the present times we are living in the confused days means as we do not know what we are to achieve in our life. We are living in the confused days with conflicting standards. We are living with conflicting standards. The young people in present times do not know what exactly they want to achieve in their life, what is the purpose of their life. They are confused. The young men and women who take their degrees today have in him an example to guide them. The young men and women. He says that the young people who are taking degrees at that time in the convocation ceremony, today have in him, they can have in him, in C. Rajgopalchari, an example to guide them. They can see a model in his personality, they can follow him in leading their life in a good way. So, in the first paragraph of the essay, the writer expresses his gratitude towards the people who have elected him as a chancellor of the university, and in the second paragraph, he appreciates his dear friend C. Rajgopalchari, who was present in the convocation ceremony, who received the first degree there.